Pomelli is a new AI-powered marketing tool from Google Labs, and it generates on-brand social media and ad content for businesses by learning directly from their website. And I'll show you how you can put it into use in today's video. So let's get started. Now, one of the first things is essentially the business DNA. This is essentially the lifeblood of how your business operates in terms of its online presence. Now, what you can see here is the business DNA filled out, but what I will do for the basis of this guide is reset this so you can understand why this is so important when it comes to branding and marketing your business online. Let's click reset business DNA, and this is essentially permanent delete all campaigns and creative. This is completely fine because in this guide, I'll show you guys how to do it from scratch. So one of the first things it will ask you to do is enter your website. For us, let's say we don't have a website. Let's just continue. We need to set a starting point. For us, let's choose a food and beverage brand. So let's click this. And so here you can see it gives you a business DNA from template. Of course, make sure you pick the one that is related most to your brand so that you have something that is very similar to start with. Now, the thing that I would suggest for most beginners is not editing this template directly. What I would suggest is first screenshotting this and then asking ChatGPT or whichever AI you currently use to help you create your business DNA. So here's what I'll actually do is I will just screenshot these. So I'll screenshot the brand aesthetic, brand tone of voice and business overview, and of course the brand values and tagline. So ideally what you want to do is just get this so you can screenshot this. So I will just screenshot this. Now for this one, I'm going to use Gemini. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to paste in an image. I'm starting a new cookie shop business. Help me come up with the values to plug in here. And so now what it will do is it will give you a bunch of different ideas that you can essentially go with. So you can see it's going to give you a concept 1, concept 2, it's going to give you concept 3. And so this is of course useful stuff. Now remember, if you already have your business and your business guidelines, it's of course just to say what those are and then tell it your brand values, your brand aesthetic, and the brand tone of voice. Now, if you don't know what these things are, like the brand tone of voice is, you can always use those values and ask AI, based on my current brand, what should I put in the brand values, the brand aesthetic, and the brand tone of voice, and the business overview? So for example, of course I could use these, but let me actually just find a random coffee business, ask AI to fill in the values for that. And so I found an image of a random brand and I can say, please take the following image and turn it into the values we discussed earlier so I can fill it out. So this works with any kind of product stuff that you do have. And the reason this works so well is because you're giving it predetermined values and it actually helps determining what the final output is. So you don't have to brainstorm or do any of that crazy stuff. You can just take maybe your notes, maybe your images, maybe some sketches or drafts, and just use AI to flesh out these things. And so here you can see it gives us a breakdown. It says this box of treats from Dough Girl is a fantastic real world example of concept 2, the late night indulgence. And so here you can see it gives you the tagline, the brand values, the brand aesthetic, the brand tone of voice, and the business overview. So for me, I'm just going to take a fantasy one because of course in this one, some people may not have their own brand and they still may be exploring. So all we need to do is literally copy these values and paste them in. So I'm just going to paste in all of these values now for the late night indulgence one. So we can just copy this and paste that in. Then for the brand values, we'll just click X, X, X on this, and then we'll paste this in. And so you essentially just want to copy and paste and just hit enter on them because it's just like keywords that the brand needs to understand. And then click apply here. Then we'll go for the brand aesthetic. We'll just X out all of these. Now, of course, when you fill out these values, it is good to have these values, but there are still some things that you're going to need to do. So for example, the logo here, you can, of course, generate a logo. So you can describe the logo either by using AI to tell you to describe the logo, either by using AI to describe the logo, or just describing it yourself. So here I'm going to put, I've chosen concept 2. The brand is called Night Snacks. What should the logo look like? Give me a few text prompts. Don't render any image. And so here it's going to give you 3 different prompts that you can use. So what I will do is I'll just copy this and I'm just going to push this in and then we're going to hit enter and then it's come up with 4 different concepts. Then you can choose one from. So here you can see this one looks kind of interesting. It's got like this green kind of vibe. And so this one is really cool, but let's use a second text prompt. So let's use this one and then let's generate again. So just hit the arrow again. And so here you can see we've got a logo that looks a little bit more on brand. Now do remember that even if you don't like any of these logos, you can always just go back to the chat and just hit the refresh button. And this is just going to give you even more concepts. So if I hit redo here, I can just literally say try again. And so what it's now going to do is just hit the same prompt. And it's just going to give you 3 separate different asks. And so here you can see it's going to give you 3 different ones, which is of course useful. And if you miss that, and if you want the other one, you can just hit back or forwards to cycle between those. So now what we'll do is we'll then just say, okay, I think this one looks really good because there's 2 colors. It looks really nice. Let's just click apply. So now you can see we've got our logo. Of course, for the colors here, this is where you can essentially just use the color picker. So it's probably best to just pick the colors from your logo. Of course, depending on how your logo is, the colors may be completely different, but I just recommend picking 2 main colors from your logo, just hitting this icon, and then of course going over to here, just hitting the color. And of course you can change it so it is more of like a darker or brighter variation of that color, and then hitting, 2 stable colors. You can always add colors that you think are in the mix, maybe the ones that are in between them. But I think this is just a super, super basic color range. Of course, you can change things, add as many colors as you want, but of course it's up to you. So we click apply here. Then of course for the fonts, this one is completely up to you, but I try to replicate whatever font you have in there. So try and look at what the font kind of looks like. So you can see here, we've got permanent marker, or maybe even try and see if there's any neon. So you can see here, there's a tilt neon. So you kind of want to use that. And then we can click apply. And then for the other font here, we can just, keep that one super basic. Now for the images, we just want to delete these because these images aren't relating to our project at all. And so now for images, we can just leave this blank because we can create some of those later. So now we can click looks good. And so now the business DNA is going to be really, really useful here. So you've already got the business DNA. Now with the campaign section, this is super simple, but the best thing that you can do is essentially create either a picture of your product or get a link to your product. That way the campaign image works well. What you shouldn't do is create a perfectly crafted product in here because it will just mess up. So in the product section, either link your product and Google will essentially smartly extract that product, or just get a singular image of your product by itself or on a plain background. This is usually what works best. You can usually just ask AI to just do just a cookie, even after you've discussed branding ideas that you're going to be using on social media. So for me, this one image here, and then we can say target individuals on a night out. And then of course it will come up with 3 ideas underneath. What we can do is we can click this one right here. And what you'll see is it will generate images that are based on just taking that singular product out of that image and into further context. And here you can see we get the first one, status unlocked, freshly baked decadent cookies delivered across London until the early hours, be the hero. Then this one you can see here, drop the box, watch the mood shift instantly as you reveal the stuffed cookies. Then another one here and another one here. So ideally, what this area is this is essentially marketing stuff where your product is there. Now, cookies aren't essentially the best thing to showcase how this entire thing works. But the point I'm trying to make here is that it takes your individual product and then shows it in a variety of use cases where it would make sense. So then, of course, if you, enjoy these creatives, you can just simply download them or resize them. So you're able to duplicate them for your story or feed. So maybe for different social platforms, you can pick whichever one you want. And then if you, okay, this is targeting people on a night out, let's target some, you can even say target the late night gamers. And then what we can do is just once again, hit enter. So all it's going to do is come up once again with even more campaign options, and then you can go further from there. Now, once you've generated your creatives in your campaign, the next thing that you can do is go ahead and edit individual images. Oftentimes, we're not really satisfied with what these images provide us with, so it makes sense to go ahead and change specific details. Let's go ahead and change some details on this one. So here you can see that there are layouts that might not be correct. You can see we've got the header. You can either click on or off. You can just literally update it. You've got the description. You've got the text right there. And of course, you've got the font. Of course, you can decide the color, the size, and the height. And of course, you can generate a call to action. So it's completely up to you, depending on what you want. Maybe if you wanted from your business DNA, you can quickly alter that, adjust that, and see that and how it, looks. So it's really up to you on whether you want to continually change. Then we can go back and you can see now we have someone that looks a part of the brand. Once again, we can go ahead and edit this. We can just randomly click fix layout. Sometimes what it will do, if the layout doesn't make sense or your product isn't where it needs to be, you can just fix layout and it'll essentially analyze the image and just reorient it and just change it so it looks even better. So you can see it looks a little bit better. And once again, you can edit the description or header. And of course, from your brand DNA, you can either use that font or you can just completely choose a different random one. And remember, your colors are always right there. It's always best not to just randomly change colors because you want to keep that brand consistency. And so with this as well, it's good to test out different colors to see what works, what sticks. And this is just going to be something that you are using all the time. Now you can also see right here as well, you've got these arrows that go left to right. And that's basically going to show you from the first version to the newest version. So you can already see how much better it looks. And here we can literally see that the size is way too big for this. And we definitely need to make that a little bit smaller. So here we've got drop the box. And this, it definitely looks a little bit better. So this is how you essentially do the campaigns. And another area of the campaigns is, of course, the videos. So when you have the story feeds or you have certain areas, what you can do is you can essentially make them into videos. And so here you can see what we can do with this is we can essentially animate it here. So ideally, you want to click this button, animate without text, because if you do animate it with the text, generated text usually just gets messed up pretty often. So it's best to animate it without the text. And as far as I know, if you want to animate it at the current moment in time, Google Pomelli probably will change this. You do have to first change it to a story post to 9:16 before you even get the option to animate it. And so here you can see now that we've turned this one into a story post, we now have the option to animate it. And so the animations, they aren't really based on your prompts. It's just instant prompting based on what they do think is correct. So here you can see the first video. It essentially just shows your product in an interesting way. And oftentimes this won't always be what you do want. So if that is the case, just make sure that you click the animate button here. And like I said, I'm pretty sure Google will change this because this doesn't really give you that much creative direction, but it still nonetheless is pretty useful provided that your product is pretty simple. And this is another one, another variation. And this actually looks a lot better. You can see the text actually comes in animated. So first you see the product laying there outside the store. And then you can see that the, of course, text pops up. So this is actually a lot better. Now, of course, once again, you could download that. And the last thing I want to show you guys as well with Pomelli is photo shoot. And so this is, of course, where you can, do entire photo shoots. So let's say you do the photo shoot first. Of course, always get your product image. Like I said, we already have the cookie here, which looks good. This is where you can essentially get templates immediately loaded. So you've got the studio, ingredient, in use, contextual. And so it's going to give you all of these so you can, change which ones you want for your brand. And this is why I say this is, of course, really useful. Now, you can see here that you have to take this off first before you can select some of the others. Now, of course, because our product is a cookie, we're not really going to need to put it in beauty. It's a consumables. So you can see right here, it's already auto-selected these. So we can just click looks good. And then we can just create the photo shoot. So now what it's going to do is it's going to take all 4 of these and generate 4 separate variations of images that we can use absolutely anywhere. And so here you can see we've got 4 of these. So one of these is just a standard product, one that you can use on any product page. Then you've got the ingredients one. It shows you the kind of ingredients in it. Then you've got a user using this. This is the kind of one that, you can post to socials. And then you've got this one out and about. So it is completely up to you which one of these you do want to use. Of course, if you have a physical product, maybe like some kind of device, this definitely would bold better. And of course, if you do want to edit said image, you can always click edit and you can change things. So maybe if you wanted to change the background here, you could change this to a blue background, a pink background. So I can say change the background to pink. And so here you can see the background is now pink, which is of course super useful for the variations. Every image is of course AI generated, so it's not always useful when a mistake does happen, but what is useful is the ability to change that. So, I mean, this is something that is very, very useful for just multiple variations. And if you ever want to download all of these, you can just download all the assets. And something useful is that you can just one click and add all of that to Business DNA. So when you scroll back to your Business DNA, all of the images are always up here. So you know that these are generated. So if we come back to the photo shoot and we go back out, the last thing that you can do is simply just use this to generate images. Of course, you can use your initial product here and then generate images in any style. But like I said, if you've already used the chat feature, it's basically just an additional chat feature so that you don't have to switch tabs. So that being said, if you enjoyed Google Pomelli, I think this is a really strong marketing tool, at least when it comes to product photos and just generating ideas based on your entire brand. And it really does help you with ideation. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer.